Hi, I'm Rod, and this is Custom Chronicles YouTube page. I custom paint, and today's project is a set of Harley Davidson Sportster tins. We're going to be metal flaking them out and getting some graphics on it. I'll show you step by step of how I do it, so let's get into this project. Alright, the next step that we're going to do on this Harley here is that we're going to go ahead and cut in the underside of the tank here. We're going to do a pearlescent red and do the red metal flake. And well, anyways, I got it prepped out, 600, scuffed, cleaned, and then tack ragged off. And I'm going to just start laying the color down. Making sure I get all the edges here real good. This is obviously first coat. And this is going to be the base red I have over the whole thing. And that's basically first coat. I'll go ahead and finish it up and then get the video in when we're doing the flip. Okay, the next step is I'm going to put down my clear coat, and that's going to be my tack for the flake. I'll just get this sprayed on real quick and then we'll do the flaking. Doing a nice little medium wet coat. Get down in the tunnel. And there you go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start flaking. I'm bringing the air pressure up on the flake gun, and it should start popping out. Get some nice red. Doing a little circular pattern. Let's get some coverage here. Down in the tunnel. Got quite a bit of flake on here already. This is a tiny flake I'm using. That's round one. You can see how it's kind of glistening there. And I'll let the clear tack up good. And then I'll come back round two and get some real hammer down with the flake. And then we'll keep moving on, get the base clear. All right, round two is coming down with the flake. Getting that on there some more. Nice and hammered, get down this tunnel better. And this gun is really putting it down, so it doesn't take long, and then it's hammered. Get some better video here. I'm like all cockeyed. Get down in there. All right, nice and crusted. Kind of get a good gander at how it is now. And this is before I put the clear on. I'll let this set up a little bit longer. A little bit down there. Just want to make sure I got everything good. All right. Now the clear, I'll do some more video when the clear's done. All right, now here's how this looks after many, many coats of clear. Geez, I think I got probably 6 coats of clear on it. It's fairly smooth. Now, when you're doing these colored flakes, the issue is that you got to get them buried. With the silver flake, you can do 3-4 coats and then sand it and then do 3 or 4 more coats on top of it. But when you get the colored flake, if you don't get them buried and you sand them, you get these weird kind of like silvery marks in the paint. But this looks pretty good. And we'll flip it over, and then we've got to do the top side. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do here on custom painting this motorcycle is get the base coat down. We're doing a base coat red right on top of here, and obviously the tank, the fender. What I did before then is I back taped underneath where I got that cut in, and the fender here cut in right there, and it's taped up underneath as well. We're going to get this red on, so I'll just kind of shut up and get spraying. I'm pretty much ready to go, so we'll just get into this. right, there's the first coat of red. Obviously the air compressor's running in the background. I'll do 2 more coats, just make sure I got some decent coverage. And then we're going to get the clear down and start shooting the flake. We're going to do the flake dry style. I'll show you how that's done as well. But that's it for now. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get the base clear down for the flake, get it wet up, and then we're going to start dry flaking. Okay, this is what looks like after I did 3 coats of clear on here. This is not the final clear. This is the clear that's buried the flake so that I can do the graphics on top. It looks pretty good. It's not perfect. I'm not really concerned about it being all flowed out. What I was concerned about was getting the flake buried. So I got the flake buried here. I'll turn the light on so we can get a different look at it here. There's a ton of flake in there, ton. And so anyways, what I did before this is that I put the base coat down, shot the tack clear, did 1 round of flake, got it on there pretty good, did some more tack clear on there, kind of evened out, fixed any spots that I missed, and then came back and did 3 good solid coats of clear, heavy coats. And so anyways, that's where we're at. This is what it looks like. Nice and, it's buried. So anyways, I'll let this sit and dry for a couple days. Then I'll come back and I'm going to 600 it and then start doing the graphics. We're going to do graphics all on the top here of this fender. This is the back where the tail light is. There's not a lot on the Sportster that you see back there, but it's the tank. I'm going to do right here on the back strap, get all that. Got a nice little one picture to put up there, or graphic, and then I'm going to do some things on the side, and of course the fender all the way across the top. So anyways, that's it for this little segment, and I'll get filming when I get the 600 done and start laying out some tape. Okay, the next step is to take this lumpy mess, smooth it out. We're going to do 600 wet sand on it. I'll be getting some clean water and the paper going here in a little bit, but I'm not going to show that, even though like sanding is basically my life for some reason or another. And that's how it came out. This is first round. Now the second round of clear will be a lot cleaner. So anyways, that's it. I'm going to get wet sanding. I'll show how I do that, and we'll keep moving forward. Okay, the next phase of this custom painted motorcycle is to get the graphics on. And it's going to be this owl. This is going to be the centerpiece of the tank. I'm going to get it on probably right about there. The way I did this is I actually drew this half here, put it on a light box, and then trace the other half. This way I was uniform. I can show that in some other video if anybody cares, but we're going to get this on here. Now I got to get this masked up, and then I'll show you how I transfer this image onto there. That'll be the next phase, is getting the mask on and then tracing out the image. We got the center line put on here. Now I'm going to tape this up, position it and tape it up where it's supposed to be. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to use this lovely product, graphite paper. Now then I'll trace this with the graphite paper underneath, and it'll put the image down on this paper so that I can start doing my painting. So that's the next phase. I'll show you here in a second and how it works. Okay, there is the first half of the owl transferred over, and then I'll cut this out. But I'm obviously going to get this side. I'm going to do that, and then I'll show that briefly. And I got to pull the center line out because I don't want to have that additional extra material to cut through. So I'm going to keep on moving. Okay, I'm just kind of like going around and just tracing this image. And that's all I'm doing to go over top of that graphite paper. And just wanted to show that briefly. And then let's keep on moving on. There's a line missing here. Add that back in. Got that feather there. So anyways, there you go. That's the image transfer, for those who don't know. Now this is the final or complete transfer of the image. I will cut it all the way around on the outside. And I'll fill this in with white, and then I'll start doing the graphics on, doing the colors and building out all the feathers and all that stuff. That's what I'm going to be doing next. And then I got to do the side here, get the stripes on, but that'll be after I do this owl. We are with this rear fender on the motorcycle project here. Obviously it's red flake. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. Doing the patterns, I'm going to pull this center piece of tape, and that's going to be the kind of the thickness right in here of the lines I'm going to paint. This is going to be a pocket cove on the side. Let me pan back here a little bit. And I will do some graphics inside of there. Obviously the same thing. I'm going to do on the side of the tank here, all through here, and on the fender. Next time I show at least the fenders, they'll be all taped up. And then I'll get on the tank. I got to airbrush the owl. Got to get that cut out and start doing that. And we're just going to keep moving forward on it. Now here are the fenders, and I've got them taped up here a little bit. This is basically the beginning of the first color. I'll be painting in between these two lines here. And this 1/4 inch line is where it's going to get painted. I haven't done the outside border to it yet. So anyways, that's the beginning of the fenders. I'm going to do the same effect on the side of the tank here. I haven't gotten to that yet. But anyways, that's the first color going down. There's going to be another color, and then I got to do the border lining and pinstriping, and obviously the airbrush work. So anyways, that's where we're at. I'll do some more video when I get a little bit more completed. I have now finished up the tank. I got the stripes on again in here. That's going to be 1/4 inch, Tangelo pearl orange. And then inside these two right here, it's going to be a lime gold pearl. And I got all that done. That's how it looks, pretty busy. And then I'm going to come back in after the fact and just put Harley Davidson in here on both sides. And then I'll do a big owl thing after that's all done. So anyways, I got to get this all taped off and cut out. This way I can do that. Fortunately for me, these are small lines, so I can do the inside here first and then back tape that real quickly. And the same up here on this one and that one there. So we're looking pretty good, and that's it for now. Next phase that we're going to do on this lovely little project here is that we are going to put the mask on here and get the cutouts done. And that's going to take some time right in the middle here. That's going to be one color. This is going to be another color, the stripe here. We got to do the same over here and there if I haven't already said it already. Because I'm doing these videos in segments, I don't really remember what I've said or haven't said. So I'm just going to go through this process here, and we'll get through this real quick and as fast as I can, and then we'll get some spraying on. Here's the first cutout here on this fender. It's not a big deal, and you can see right in here these lines. That's going to be the next stripe. Got to do the same thing here, and I just gently use this. You know, it's a brand new open razor blade. I go around, I trace over top of the tape, barely push down. Don't want to push down too much and ruin the paint job. But anyways, I'm not going to film this whole process. I'm just going to show you little segments of it until we get into the painting. And there you go. We're going to get the base white down on the rear fender here and on the side. This is going to go lime gold, so we're doing this first. And I'm going to turn the air pressure down. Just give me a second. A little much, but we are spraying. We're gonna get this done here. We got a lot of striping to do on this job. Around the border line, around this. I'm apparently videoing the floor here. And I'll just continue on with the rest of it. And that's, yeah, we want to get a good white base down. This way the color shows up real good. Nice and bright. That's what we're all about. And I'll just cut off here. We got to do this, that one here. And right there. And that'll be the end of that. Next segment will be putting down the lime gold pearl. We're going to go ahead and get spraying, do the lime gold pearl. It's a House of Color PVC 53. I believe it's a discontinued color now too, just like a lot of the House of Color line anymore. But we'll just go ahead and get this on and just kind of lay it on here. This color is absolutely gorgeous when it's cleared and out in the sunlight. It looks terrible. It looks like mustard when you're spraying it. But you know, it is what it is, man. So get that on its first coat on that side. We'll rotate these around. Get this stripe painted. Pardon the air compressor, but you do need air. Alright, you kind of get the gist of what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then I'll show the next phase. Now with the lime gold all back taped, we're going to get this done. We're doing Tangelo, but I'm going to spray your base white down first. I'm not going to video that because I did it with the lime gold. There's no point in being redundant, but here's these taped out. And afterwards, I will come back and then borderline stripe these. And I'm going to do a thicker borderline to try to fill out the fenders more. But all in all, it's pretty good. I'm real happy with it. And let's get spraying this Tangelo on. Now we got the base white on here. I'm going to go ahead and shoot some Tangelo down. I'm going to get it nice and bright. And so this is basically just got to build the color up. Nice and easy. I'm barely pulling on the trigger. I don't want to waste material. And I'll go around and do all that. So there's just kind of a little introductory of the next color, and I'll do some more video here in a second, but that's it for this segment. I'm going to go through this, get this done here. I got a bunch of little lines to do on the rear fender, as well as one big line or one thin all around line on the front fender, which is right here. That's how it's looking. Just gently and very lightly getting this orange on. And the reason for the white, so it brightens it up. the cast underneath, or whatever we want to call it, the tone is brighter. Turn this around. Get in the light so you see. And the next phase will be in this little video. It's just me just kind of untaping it, showing how it's looking before I do the borderline. I got to put Harley Davidson in there, and there's a little owl poking out there. I'm going to airbrush that. That's going to be the next video. I'm going to cut this one off just after the untaping. Okay, got the orange on this. Go ahead and start untaping it, and this is where it's the fun part of this whole deal. It's kind of like unwrapping a Christmas present. And get that off. We'll see how this color contrast is with all this. Now mind you, this is only going to be a 1/4 inch stripe all the way around. You gotta be careful, because now the masking pick was holding it onto the can that I got taped up here. So now I'll just throw it on the floor for the time being, and we'll go ahead and get this portion up. And we're going to come back around this orange and around this lime gold and borderline it with yellow and orange. You know, obviously opposing borderlining, but look at that. And you see where this green has come up here? That's going to be basically, the borderline is going to be almost that thick, but not that thick. And then I'm going to hint to, on the front fender, I'm going to hint to do some pinstriping in there. But that kind of gives you a gist of that. And then I got this motorcycle tank here. We'll take a quick look at that, see how this came out. And I will start with the center. And basically this is going to end this first portion of how to custom paint a motorcycle, because the next portion is going to be pinstriping, borderlining, and I got to airbrush this owl that's on there, do the mural work. I didn't want to extend this video too terribly long, but you can kind of see how that's looking. And get this off. I'm very happy with this overall design. I didn't want to do too much of overkill on this, but at the same time have some detail and some we'll say eye candy. I tend to go haywire with a lot of stuff because that's my personality. I go overboard. But we'll get this off here, so for effect, and there you go. And so anyways, the next video will be pinstriping, borderlining, and airbrushing this out, and final clear. So that's it for this video.